T-minus 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right. How y'all doing? Welcome. This is our Q&A after our podcast episode with LevelCapGaming, and we're just going to answer some quick stuff, rapid fire. We're going to do this quick. Let's get started with this. Other than not being at CitizenCon, what was the most frustrating thing about covering the event?
I really don't have many regrets about not going to CitizenCon. I've been to so many game cons that kind of the allure has worn off for me a little bit. As I was talking earlier in the podcast, that I much prefer the smaller events where you can actually chat with devs a bit more, because that's what I'm most interested from a con, is to be able to go talk to a dev, talk about ideas and game design. That excites me. Second part of that question was what was it? What was I not excited about, or
what were you most frustrated about?
Most frustrated
covering
about?
It. Yeah.
Long panels without a lot of the detail that I wanted. So like control surfaces. I wanted way more detail from control surfaces. Scanning, almost no info on scanning. Cargo, really cool document on cargo, but they didn't cover like if the weight of your cargo is going to affect your flight performance, stuff like that. Just leaving out stuff like server blade tech, right? For ships. That's really important. People have been waiting on that forever. Then no mention of blade tech. Just a lot of all the things that basically wasn't said that were pretty important to me, which would have been a lot of the gameplay related stuff, a lot of the upcoming feature stuff. I would have liked to see a bit more of that. But overall, fantastic con. You can only put in so much stuff to a 12-hour presentation. So
yeah, there were definitely some things in there that were missing. I felt made a lot more sense. Bummer. Definitely like the server AI blade stuff, the cargo stuff. I thought they were going to go more into cargo hauling, to be honest. They kind of they almost did the same thing with scanning as they did with cargo hauling. They gave us a little more, but they kind of introduced it and then backed away. Here's another question for you. Now that the hype has died down a bit, what are your thoughts about what was shown now versus then? I'm guessing then being way back, like vertical slice and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, my hype has never been higher for the game right now. Never been higher. And I have been super hyped. I mean, 2016, 2017, like those were some big hype years for the game. But I can get into Star Citizen now and actually play it and have some decent fun with friends. And the stuff that they just showed made it look like next year's going to be twice as much fun, if not more. So yeah, man, my hype is through the roof. And if they can ship a good single player, like, it's going to be great. They didn't even show, what's his Superman face? Henry Cavill. They're name dropping like all these massive actors the whole way through. And I was like, they didn't even show Henry, I think they hired him like before he was Superman or something.
They hired him before he was Witcher, I believe. Or no, okay. You're right. Yeah, they hired him before the Justice League movies, I believe. So he had already done a Superman movie, but he wasn't quite meteoric famous.
Yeah, people didn't really like that Superman movie that much. So he his name didn't really like shoot off, They were like, who's this Henry Cavill guy?
They got him good. They got him on, and then he was like The Witcher, and then he was more Superman, and then he was like, everybody found out he's a gamer, so he gets that crowd. And like,
he was like the bad guy in the Mission Impossible movie.
Right.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm right there with you. The hype is high. We're in a good place right now. If they can just deliver on this stuff, that'd be great. But that's the big if.
Yep.
Next question.
Pyro, word on the street is that Pyro just launched the Evo.
Word on the street.
On the street.
It's a fresh street. This just happened while we were recording.
Yeah, the streets of the internet.
Oh yeah, look at that. All right. Let's see. Next question here. What are your thoughts on on-foot scanning and its potential impact on PvP and the PU? We already kind of answered this during the pod, so don't worry about going too far into the detail.
Yeah, just lightly. I think it has the potential to be very overpowered and kind of steal so much fun of what makes an FPS fun, which is peeking around a corner to see if there's a guy there. If you already know there's a guy there, well, that kind of sucks now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going to have to limit it. There's tons of ways you could limit it, whether it's the pinging system or you've got a battery and you can only do like 4 scans per battery or something. I don't know. There's a billion ways you can approach to it.
Yeah.
I don't mind scanning, but it has to be done well and it has to be limited and it can't be a crutch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Huh. I think your ideas for it being like an immediate ping and not constantly showing their body is a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
Another question, favorite upcoming ship and why?
Favorite upcoming. Oh man. God, there's so many cool ships. Maybe the I mean, obviously the Banu Merchantman is cool because it's just massive and so cool looking. I'm very excited about the Idris and Javelin. We've seen them so much though that I'm almost less excited about them, but the interior of an Idris has got to be freaking amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Outside of what we've already been shown a lot of, maybe the Xi'an Raylan.
Mm-hmm.
I really like alien ships in this game. I feel like they have been underutilized so far. So I just like the different ways that they fly and the different designs and having these truly alien looking approaches in it. We've now seen from the trailer that they've got these weird like hexagonal type pod things for their cargo pods that all mesh together in a cool honeycomb style way. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That type of thing really appeals to me. I like the alien ships. I want them to do a little bit more. We've already seen all the ships with the Gatling guns and they look like F-18 Hornets and whatever, you know, like give me the weird looking jellyfish ship now. And I want a big one too. We've only got small alien ships. I want the big alien ship.
Agreed. I love the alien designs. I hope we see more of them utilized.
Yeah.
Last one, get it real quick out of the way. Bounty Hunting V2, should we be excited or is it going to be shallow and clunky?
Yeah, they didn't give us any new info on it, so it's hard to say. We did see the binding with the new handcuff things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. I'm worried that they're going to have to do a bunch of redesign because they've shown those little bounty pods in previous trailers where you kind of grab Lev moving them around like a little cart, which looks cool. And then you lock them onto your cargo grid. Okay, well, what happens to the Cuddy Blue now? They're all kind of elevated in a weird way. Do they have to delete those things and then like redesign the Cuddy Blue to fit the cargo pods in a different way? It feels like there's going to be a bunch of redesign in there. So I don't know if we're getting it anytime soon, but I love the evolution of bounty hunting. Make the missions more interesting. If I bring them in alive, give me a bigger reward. Like, cool. I'm down for all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. It'll be interesting to see if they have to rework ships a lot for that. But just the fact that bounty hunting is becoming more than just go place, shoot, ship, and return, I think is a positive. Yeah.
If they can give me a boarding bounty hunting mission with the new boarding ship, whatever that one's called. Legionnaire. If they can figure out boarding gameplay and give me a boarding bounty hunter mission where you actually have to infiltrate another ship, take out a target, bring it back onto your ship and get away, like that would be next level.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be amazing. All right, man. Thank you so much for joining me for the podcast and this Q&A. Appreciate you. Could you let everyone know
for having me, dude.
Where they can Google you?
Just LevelCapGaming. You'll find me. YouTube mostly. Hey, but now that Twitch has changed up their streaming rules, maybe I'll be doing a little streaming on Twitch too.
Give it a try.
Who knows?
Yeah. Give it a go, man. All right. Thank you so much again for joining. And I will catch you in the next one.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yep.
Appreciate it.